There is like something happening right now. There is like a channel coming through, and I just wanted to start immediately because I was like, oh my god. Sip. Like star children, star seeds, all that. We are here to absolutely create financial wealth for every human on the earth. We're here to create free housing. We're here to create free energy, the actual mechanisms of these things. We're here to understand the universe that in which we live. And it's just so blatantly clear to us because we don't have a veil. We were born without one. That's why it's so hard for us. We're extra sensitive beings. The 20% or lower of the human race that is extra sensitive, of every species has this percentage of the species that is extra sensitive, and that helps. They're there for the reason to help the species evolve, because what works for them will work for the others, and shit changes. Everything always changes. So I'm getting a clearer picture, almost like a straighter picture of art in my mind, that we are actually here to do big ass things, and it starts small. It starts with a feeling. It starts with a remembrance, and it starts with the energies of the earth that we are already attuned to. We've been looking up this shit and understanding this shit since we were young. And now, even now, the younger people have come up and they see it. Everyone asks astrology signs. We listen to the moon. We do these things naturally now as we come up. This is our human race for the future. This is our human race for the future. We're just naturally integrating these things within our society, but we have to be the ones to still revere and respect the essence and the knowledge in these symbols, in these practices. Bring back the actual knowledge and gratitude and gratefulness into these practices that are now mainstream. Reiki, yoga, all this stuff. Really research it before you talk about it. Really study it. Like, you can understand it a little bit, but before you have an opinion, or you stop using it, or you negate it in your mind, or you judge somebody that does it, really go do your research and immerse yourself in that. Like, there's a lot of people saying we don't have time, but that vibration is lack. So I will say that in different videos, but we do have time, because time is an illusion, but we need to be making sure that we're being the most authentic version of ourselves as much as possible. That's what I mean by we don't have time, is we don't have years to put yourself into the dump and addictions and stuff that you actually don't want to do. That could be a part of your path, and that could be something that you're learning through, but there's an aspect of you, if you're deciding that you don't want to do it anymore, then you have another reality available for you that will be there as an experience, if you're willing to go through the emotions and get the help that you need, or go through that resistance that's keeping you in that reality and then avoiding yourself. So there is no shame in that. You're exactly where you need to be right now. Like, you wouldn't be resonating with this, and especially not like me in this vibration, because I've been through a lot of the darker things in life, like a lot of things. So if anything, like, I understand that alchemization process and how not easy it is, and how you do want to just avoid, and especially after what feels like loneliness. Like, you're so wise, you're so intuitive in your understanding, and you know what you're here to do in a way. You feel it. You don't know exactly what it's supposed to look like, but you just know you're here for something big. Like, you just know it. You feel it, and you feel the weight of it, and you're learning how to sift away the weights, really, to see what you have been this entire time, what you are to other people's lives. When they think about you, they envision your vibration. Even if it's out of anger, even if it's out of these things, if your vibration is to shift and reflect things, then that's what they're feeling. They're not feeling you. You know what I mean? They're feeling you, but they're feeling the vibration of you affecting them. I don't even know where that's all coming from. That's just like a straight up channeled. You're mastering the craft of being authentically you. Lila was like, And it's beautiful because then you can see other people. You don't have to force connection. You don't have to be scared. You are yourself. Like, I was walking around in a dress today. I haven't worn a dress since, like, really worn one and felt like sexy and comfortable in one, like, since I took away my feminine side from trauma and I like put it into an aspect of only like that only comes out during sex, or that only comes out in these like intimate aspects of life for me. And we don't want to section ourselves off like that anymore. We don't want to. And there could be a way that you can create safety with those aspects of yourself that you felt like you lost. There is, and it's through feeling these little things. What do you want to drink today? If you're trying to like literally stop drinking caffeine or whatever you're trying to do, envision yourself in that reality. And this is said a million times, but I'm telling you literally how to do it. Envision yourself. You can still and accept yourself completely. You can still have your cigarette that day. Just relax about having it. Enjoy that you're having it. Enjoy that personality and be there for yourself as if you were your own friend, and accept yourself. If your friend smoked a cigarette or whatever, sometimes you don't judge them. You're like, it's my homie. That's my mom. She does that sometimes. You know, or like, you know, now my mom doesn't because she's off of that too. But just allow an acceptance vibration so that you can release resistance. It's like taking down the curtain, and then you're standing there and you're like, oh, I'm really sad actually, and I kind of hate life a little bit. Oh, there's a big hug there for you from the universe when you start to see yourself that way, if that's how you feel when you're trying to fill. You feel like you're not enough. You literally feel that. And you think that personality that you've been operating out of is how to stay safe. But it's not bringing you the rewards, the relationships, the connections that you want. It's not. I have like multiple different groups of friends, and like I had started this beautiful like friendship with this one group of friends, and I felt like I went into a whole nother reality when I started smoking again, and like smoking weed and drinking, and I went into this whole reality, and I got to experience that for a while, and I attracted people that were like me at that time. And then I started coming out of that, and I started drifting towards those people again, and it was interesting like to understand. And then those people that I used to hang out with started elevating as well. It's just an amazing, you're very influential. You're very, very influential. And like, honestly, you might just have to listen to those little inklings when someone's like, wow, you're really good at this. And someone notices you in your job, or someone notices you in your partnerships or friendships. Wow, you're a really good listener. Wow, you did a great job on that meditation. Wow, you are amazing at Reiki. Anything. You have to like listen to those little things that people say. Like, you can literally be like a masseuse and be so in tune with everything that you're actually giving your clients Reiki to, and you have no idea. Or you do have an idea and you understand you're a little bit better or different. You're doing all the same things, but somehow it's better. It's energetic. But like when I deal with a complaint, somehow if I get to deal with the complaint from beginning to end and no interruptions that are false information, I can diffuse them. If other people try to infiltrate and we all try to work on the complaint together, sometimes there's misinformation. But like, if you're just straight up with people, like I tell them the expectation. I don't try to people please them and set an expectation that you can't attain, because that pisses people off when they don't get that expectation. So this is all stuff you learn. This is stuff that you learn over your life. And somehow that can relate to you. I feel like you have a really good sense of people and you know kind of what to do, but you're struggling with this piece of authenticity where you still feel like maybe you're going to be judged. And that's okay, because we're learning how to be in our power, be in ourselves, and not have to get the reality to conform to us with our physical reality. You don't have to control people. You don't have to make people conform to you. You are yourself. Later on, they see it. They can see it 10 years from now. You know what I mean? I've had people text me and apologize already from random things. Like, just, you know, like, I understand. And then I've done that as well. And I think that somehow created some apology and in person. So it's like, it's just an interesting, like, soup of information. And you don't know, there could be more happening for you, more coming in like that as well. So just being you and I was gonna say it's like non-attachment, but it's also like love. Like, you went through every single emotion and you honored yourself in every way that you possibly can. You've honored all of your feelings. You've let yourself be angry. You've let yourself be mad. You've let yourself hate. And not like every day to them or like, you know, in person, but you let yourself go through your mind and understand you're reacting from your childhood wounds. You're reacting from a space where you're hurt and broken. You don't actually believe those things. You don't actually, you know, want anybody to hurt, but you have to be able to purge somehow. You have to be able to get that internal space, and that's what creates authenticity. That's what creates authenticity. I'm also reading the book by Teal Swan, or listening to it on Audible, The Anatomy of Loneliness, and she kind of breaks that down. Well, she definitely breaks it all down. The anatomy of it. Like, she just understands, and like went her whole life is about that. It's about finding these things, and it resonated a lot. So yeah, it's almost like it's almost like, let's see, let's get a clarifying card. I'm seeing that you're wanting to be emotionally mature before you are. You're wanting to almost control your emotions before that you're ready to, before you have felt them all the way, before you have Queen of Cups it, before you have nurtured yourself and allowed yourself to move through that process, like I was just talking about. That's in that book, actually. You should definitely get that book. But it lays out that process of going through each stage of an emotion. Like, for example, you would, if you got rear-ended, she uses this example that, like, yeah, in your mind you're like, oh, fuck this is crazy, can't believe this, and then you go through all of the stages of, like, anger, grief, like, there's like 5 different stages that you go through, and then love and acceptance at the end. But you have to get to the harder emotions to feel and do, and sometimes what happens is we stop ourselves there. And yeah, I feel better, and inside you're just like, I can't believe all this shit, and so it's not authentic. We like to think, I'll break up, get over this shitty day at work by drinking, and then everything just gets worse because you can't think, because you're then smoking cigarettes at night and you don't know what's going on, because your brain is being influenced then by the drugs and the spirits of those drugs, the personalities that you were when you were 16. And it's funny because you is always coming through those things. You are coming through those things, and there's always a possibility for you to be that higher version. So I'm telling you, the way to shift things, release ridiculous addictions, but just accept that you have that. Like, a lot of people have that. Even if it's harsher drugs, a lot of people go through addictions, a lot. And the most famous people Like, I was even thinking of Garen Jones. He used to live in a storage unit. He used to be incarcerated. And they retested the drugs that he was supposedly involved with, and they weren't real, so he got out. During that time, he started a whole track circle and all this stuff, and he got himself out of jail through his mindset. So it's totally possible. I have been homeless before, and I've created now multiple places for myself. I've been able to afford 2 places at one point after a breakup. There's been a lot of things that you can transform, just as an example. And to get there is a road of acceptance. It's a road of, after some really treacherous abuse that happened to me when I was 19, that I was pretty much groomed for into my young adulthood, things that I thought were safe. I didn't even know what I was. I was so dead. Like, I was alive, but I was like dead. Like, parts of myself just died. Like, and I was like an adult, technically. And I just wandered the streets. Like, it just makes me want to cry. And then I had to accept that I did that. I had to accept what happened to me. I had to accept I had nobody. And you might have felt the same way. It could have even been, it might not have been homelessness, but it could have been extreme emotional neglect. It could have been control, abusive relationships, like just abuse in every sense of the way. And don't compare your pain. Don't compare your pain to anybody, because what feels like it to you, really, it's real to you. And someone said that to me once, and I was like, yeah, you have no idea what I've been through. But listen, there's people that have been through worse than me, and you know, so don't like compare your pain. What you went through is your story. It is not your fault. It's not your fault. Your brain is developing. We don't want to even go super high vibration saying we planned this whole life out and everything. Well, you know what? Sometimes life is like a bowl of shit, and you have to like do what you can with it, and the resilience that you have like conjured from your soul into a fucking 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old body to get yourself the courses, to get yourself reading those books, to get yourself the help to travel. I mean, imagine, maybe you're starting a business right now and you've been through abuse, you've had a very abusive childhood. It could even just be your parents, your family. They don't understand how to support you and love you and really be there for you, what you need, and you are extra sensitive. I would even say the kids coming in are even more sensitive, so anything that's going on is just as bad. Like to them, it's the worst pain that they can ever feel. So just understand that we're on this earth to transmute, and the more that you can understand and accept and love, like really feel with help those feelings, the more authentic you're going to be. Yeah, you've been through some shit, so you're not gonna be the best at certain things. You know, you might be really good at work, you might be really good at not superficial relationships, but like friendships, and like you might have had to cultivate that. You might be really good with very certain things. You might even be really good with money, and then your personal relationships suffer, or vice versa. You might be really good at one thing, and your drive to get you out of those situations and to keep you going created that. You might even be really good at video games. I'm seeing like online stuff, a lot of computer stuff. You might be really good at making videos, but you don't want to show your face. I understand, because when I was 19 and my face, after going through all that stuff, I felt like I can't even describe it. I didn't even feel like a human. So I was treated less than human. So honestly, it was just terrible. And No, to show your face on camera after stuff like that, it sucks and has less to do with what you look like and more to do with how you feel. There's a voice for every shape and size of everybody. And like, even if you feel like someone looks perfect, like, you don't know what they're going through as well. And you can grow to love the body that you're in. Like, I've grown to love my face. Like, I've grown to love the way that I talk and how I can be softer with how I speak, and how I can, even just watching myself on camera, I can be like, kind of cute, you know? Like, you can do that with yourself, and I guarantee you there's a way to do it. There's a way to be the most abundant, self-loving person that you could be, because you have you. I just want you to know that. If you, and I want to say something about, like, I've lost weight and gained weight over time, and I really struggled with that, like, my whole life. I was always like the bigger, not like bigger kid, but I was like just a larger, more grown kid than like everybody else in my class. So I always felt like huge, like an ogre. Like, honestly. So I don't know anyone could relate. I don't know if anyone could relate to this, but like, it's still a real reality, you know? And I force myself to like work out and do certain things out of avoidance. Dude! Oh my god. Ow! Yeah, and it hurt. And it hurt to do that. It hurt to work out and do things out of forcing. And I learned to just love like every way that I was, in every way, you know? Jesus, he just keeps snatching at my butt. And it's like, I don't even know if what that could even mean. Like, it just feels like irritating, this irritation that you experience. And that is a piece of resistance. That is a piece of yourself. That is valid. Like, yes, like, you probably did get irritated because you're trying to do better and people are forcing you to do other things. Like, even just sitting in school, like, no, I want to run around outside. Like, no, I want to like sit and eat fucking fruit all day. Like, I actually just want to eat fruit, and I couldn't. You're at the cafeteria, there's no good fruit there. You know what I mean? So like, don't put it all on yourself. Like you're a combination of your, like, however you look or whatever you're trying to change. I just feel like there's something that you want to change, and to change it, whether it be addictions, your body, how you look or speak, or how to enact your purpose, it's accepting where you're at, and then doing the research and getting to the space of knowledge and understanding that there is another way for you personally, like you, because you feel it and you're seeing yourself in it. Like, I just saw myself like this in like a white cloak, kind of like Jesus, like, and my hat off, and like I was really secure with how my hair looks and how everything looks and feels, and I was at peace, and white represents like purity and peace, and I was just like calm inside. I had like internal peace, and I stopped buying cigarettes. I stopped wanting to go out to drink, and I even went to a concert, and it was awesome. Didn't have a drink. No one was even drinking till the end, and then my friend got a beer, and he like threw it out because he was like, I don't even want this. Let's just go dance, you know? So your vibration is influencing people around you as well. Just allow that. Allow that to be. Don't force. Let's just take a moment. Let's just allow ourselves to be in this moment right now, like however you want to be. Let's just literally take a couple minutes, however you want to be. If you're doing something, just put it down for a minute. Let's just like be in this moment together really quick. Release a sigh if you want. A feeling, an emotion, You did good so far. You did good today so far, tonight. You're right where you need to be. And that's right here. This is actually a test I've been trying to do, is how to maintain this no matter what's happening. Dogs will bark, kittens will scratch your ass. Like, things will fall apart. Shit, flowers die. Like shit fucking blows up. You burn your food. Like, that's all, these are all pieces of life. Your floor gets dirty. You just cleaned, well, 2 days, there's dog hair and cat hair all over. I like it very clean. But you know what? It's a process of learning. It's a process of living. And to hold this vibration that we just cultivated, this internal piece of allowing, accepting, that's what you're wanting. That feeling is what you're wanting. You're wanting to look at your body and be like, I accept me for me. I accept me for me. I'm getting my selenite to wave at the kitten because he almost scratched my back. Like, you know, I accept me the way I am. That's the vibration you're looking for when you want to lose weight, when you want to stop addictions, when you want to, you want to feel this sense of belonging. Come here, you want to belong? Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy, you want to belong? You want to belong? There's a sense of belonging. But it's just with yourself. That's what I'm trying to get at. I really hope this helped you today. Yeah. Just take what resonates with you. I'm just a very, like, I'm a projector. I've always channeled. So it's just happening in a bunch of different ways. But yeah, leave a comment at what resonated with you. I want to see how I could be more of service, and like, this is helping me. I rewatch every single video. So there's an aspect of you that is dying, that you once thought was reality, but it was a fake reality because it came with anxiety. It came with all these expectations and this title and all this stuff that you really weren't wanting. You really weren't wanting all this responsibility in a job, in a relationship, in a connection you aren't completely yourself in. So when you're being completely yourself in the world, you'll attract more of that. And sometimes there's time in between. Sometimes there's space to cultivate and calibrate and consistently vibrate at this peace as much as possible, as much as you can remember. And you're alchemizing and transmuting the feelings when they're coming up, because you're understanding and you're feeling them. You're not shoving them away. You know? Come here, buddy. Come here, kitten. Come here, kitten that likes to bite. Look at him. Stop. Alright. All I do is kit. Look at this kit. Alright. Love you guys. I could just keep going. Well, I could just keep going, but I appreciate your time, and yeah, leave me a comment and tell me what's working and what you want to hear more of. Is it more, do you want to hear more and see more of the cards and like more card heavy information, or do you like the channeling too? Because I like to do both. All right, bye, good night, good morning, have a great day, whatever it is.